I can't wait to show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the Jazwares Fornite Abstrakt Legendary Series 6-inch scale action figure. I got this from Amazon.com and it is labeled as an Amazon.com exclusive. Now I'm not sure if that means that Abstrakt in general is an Amazon.com exclusive or if there is a certain variant of Abstrakt from Amazon.com. I guess time will tell. As far as I know, Abstrakt as a whole is only available at Amazon. But at one point there was a listing for Abstrakt at Target.com, which makes me kind of wonder about the whole thing. Like I said, time will tell if there's a variant of this guy or if this guy simply is only available at Amazon. This guy is part of the second series of Jazwares 6-inch figures. They've been tricking out little by little. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging here. As you can see at the top, we've got Epic Games logo, Fortnite, ages 8+, Legendary Series. That means these are the 6-inch figures versus their a little bit crappier 3.75-inch figures. 38 points of articulation, Abstrakt, 8 pieces. Here's the guy with his arms crossed. So let's look at those 8 pieces. We've got the main guy here. We've got 2 different guns on the side. We've got his harvesting tool, which is some sort of paintbrush roller. Got his back bling. Got a balloon. That's the first time we got one of those in this line. And a couple of alternate faces. One side here, we've got the guy posed up. Other side here, pretty much the same thing. On the bottom, we've got a barcode in case anybody needs it, as well as a bunch of credits. And then on the back, you can see, here's Abstrakt posed up. The writing is on the wall. And then here is some of the rest of Series 2. Valkyrie, that is the only figure I don't have so far. Tomato Head, Jonesy, DJ Yonder, and Leviathan. There is also a Walmart exclusive Crack Shot, which should be coming up anytime now, as well as a Deluxe Omega with interchangeable armor pieces. So with no further ado, let's open this bad boy up. Alright, well now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out, and he does come with quite a bit. Here we've got the actual figure, Abstrakt. He also has his harvesting tool, which is called the Renegade Roller. It's like a giant paint roller. He comes with suppressed pistol, the semi-auto sniper rifle, 3 different alternate face plates, a removable gas mask for when he's painting. He's got a balloon that allows him to travel fast, even though it's not currently in the game anymore. And he has the tag bag back bling. But before we look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figure. As you can see here, he's kind of got a hoodie on. He's got a hat that says TT, presumably standing for Tilted Towers. Got a baseball cap under the hood. I do love that his head moves independently of the hood, not together. He's got that gas mask. He's got a jacket on, his collar pops, some paint stains on his jacket, on his sleeves. He's got a little bit of sort of, I don't know, some sort of design in his shirt. A little more paint on his pants. I like the little strap on him. I like the sort of vest jacket thing. Little pockets. More paint splashes on his feet. Overall, pretty cool looking guy. And then here's the figure broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts detached. Notice he currently doesn't have a face whatsoever. And his gas mask is also removable. So now let's take a look at his accessories. He has 3 different alternate face plates. Look like one is standard, one has a little bit of a surprise look, and then maybe one has a little bit of a smile going on. Here he is with his regular face on, just a regular sort of normal expression going on there. And then here he is with his sort of surprised or shocked expression. You can definitely see with his wide eyes and his eyebrows. And then here he is with his third face. Looks like he's cracking just a tiny bit of a smile there. Next, let's go with his gas mask. This here would prevent paint fumes from being breathed in. A lot of real painters use this sort of stuff. So you can see it's got pieces on the front, sort of breathing apparatus, area on the side, and then an area that'll clip around his head. Overall, pretty nice accessory. And then if you want to attach this thing to his face, it's pretty easy. Just take said gas mask, just sort of push it around his face. It'll go around the back of his head, line up the piece around his nose and mouth, and you know what? It looks pretty good. Next, let's look at his back bling. This is called the tag bag back bling. This guy here goes around spray painting, painting stuff, leaving his tags on everything. As you can see, the actual back bling here, it's got a zipper up top where you can store all the stuff. It's got some paint stains all over it. Then at the bottom here, it's got another one of those gas masks for him. And in the back, it's got the peg that would fit into his back, which has a peg hole. And then here he is wearing his back bling. You sure can't tell from the front, but he does have it on there. And then here's his back bling next to all the different Jazwares back blings they've made so far. As you can see, we're starting to get quite a few of them. This is the 11th one that I've received, and they are interchangeable between the different Jazwares figures. And then here are all the different back blings they've made between Jazwares and McFarlane Fortnite figures. Unfortunately, the Jazwares and McFarlane back blings are not interchangeable between the two different brands of figures. Everything else, the harvesting tool and the weapons and all the other accessories are interchangeable, but not these. And then here are several different Jazwares figures wearing each other's back blings, showing that they are interchangeable and customizable for each character, just like in the game. And then, like I said before, unfortunately both the Jazwares and McFarlane back blings are not interchangeable. They both have the traditional peg and peg hole, but here's a McFarlane back bling, and here's a Jazwares one. The Jazwares has a thicker peg. So if you take the McFarlane figure, turn around, he's got the peg hole here. This Jazwares one is just not going to fit in there no matter how hard you try. And then if you were to take the McFarlane back bling and put into a Jazwares figure, sure it'd fit, but it would just fall right out. It doesn't really work. Next, let's check out his harvesting tool, or commonly known as a pickaxe in Fortnite. His is called the Renegade Roller. It's like a giant paintbrush roller. This thing here, it doesn't look bad. It's got some paint splotches on the top, and it's got some obvious places to grip down below. And then here he is holding his pickaxe, getting ready to go throw some tags up or make some graffiti. And then here he is painting a wall, making some graffiti. And then here's this pickaxe next to all the different pickaxes that Jazwares has released so far. These are interchangeable with the other Jazwares figures as well as the McFarlane figures. And then here are all the different pickaxes that both McFarlane and Jazwares have made so far. We are getting a whole lot of options to customize our characters at this point. And then here are several different Jazwares figures holding each other's pickaxes. And then here are a couple of Jazwares figures holding McFarlane pickaxes, and a couple of McFarlane figures holding Jazwares pickaxes, showing that they are interchangeable between both lines. Next, let's check out his weapons. These are two weapons that are brand new to either Jazwares or McFarlane. On the top, we've got a semi-automatic sniper rifle. That was a sniper rifle that could shoot very fast, but didn't do a whole lot of damage. And then at the bottom, there's a suppressed pistol. This item here, it's pretty accurate. It's a silenced pistol, so it's kind of hard to tell where it's shooting from. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but does shoot fast and is pretty accurate. And then here he is holding his silenced pistol. Must say, I think it looks pretty good. You can see that his finger is able to slide to the trigger, sitting there pretty nicely. And then here he is holding his semi-automatic sniper rifle. As you can see, hand holds it just fine, does have the trigger. He has this area which will support against his bicep, and he can also support it with his left hand. And it's not game accurate, but if you wanted to, he can hold both weapons at the same time. Here are all the different guns that Jazwares has made so far, not including the doubles. And then here are some of the McFarlane weapons added in. These are the ones that Jazwares has not made their own version of yet. getting a lot of variety in our arsenal. And then here are several different Jazwares figures holding each other's weapons, showing that they are interchangeable between each of the characters, and one weapon will fit all the guys. And then here's a couple Jazwares figures holding McFarlane guns, and McFarlane figures holding Jazware guns, showing that they are interchangeable between the two different brands, which is really nice. And not only do they fit, but they look pretty good. Next, let's check out his balloon accessory. This is the first time we've gotten a balloon accessory with a Fortnite figure between either company. The balloon is an item in the game that's actually vaulted right now, but the way it worked was you would deploy a balloon, it would allow you to jump a little bit higher, sort of glide in the air. You could deploy more than one balloon and go even higher and higher, and you could pop them at will and redeploy them. You'd have about 10 in a pack and slowly use them all up. So this one here, as you can see, it's slightly transparent plastic at the top, followed by a rope here, and his hand can hold the bottom part here. Kind of makes you wonder in the game, one hand is holding the balloon, and you can still use a shotgun, which requires two hands. I know it's just a game, but never really thought about that. And then here he is holding his balloon and a weapon in the other hand. As you can see, his hand just fits through the little loop there. Absolutely no problem. This is how he'd be in the game if he were to jump a little higher, cover ground a little faster. And then here's this Jazwares balloon next to a NECA balloon. This came with a Pennywise figure. I've used this in the past as a balloon substitute for my Fortnite figures, but I guess I'm going to start using the official one moving forward. And I've actually accumulated quite a bit of balloons. I've gotten every Pennywise release they've made so far. And then here we go, Abstrakt holding his balloon, and then I attach the NECA balloon to the back of Leviathan. I always put it between their back bling and their back, but there's really no reason I couldn't have them holding it as well. They look pretty comparable size-wise. Next, I would like to see how he fits in with the McFarlane glider and quad crasher. Here he is with the launch pad and glider set. So far, scaling it pretty nicely. And then here he is, getting ready to bounce off this launch pad, getting ready to go from point A to point B real quick. And then the answer is yes, this McFarlane glider does work pretty good for this figure. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit of the pain in the butt getting his hand stay on there and getting it to work out right. I usually wrap his legs around the back stand there, but it looks pretty good, scales up good, and you really can't have a Fortnite figure or a Fortnite scenario without a glider. And then here he is driving McFarlane's quad crasher. This thing might be a little bit too big for him, but it works out okay. He's able to sit down and use the handlebars. And then here he is on the back of the quad crasher. You can see Jonesy driving and Abstrakt getting ready to pick some people off with a suppressed pistol. Next, let's check out a couple of accessories I'd like to use to enhance my Fortnite figures. Here they are in a shopping cart battle. Two duos charging each other, trying to pick each other off with their guns on the way. Here they are trying to watch each other's backs as they heal up with a campfire. This thing came with a NECA Friday the 13th Jason action figure and scales up and looks great with these Fortnite figures. Here he is holding a can of spray paint I have in my action figure collection. This will be great in the game. You have all kind of different sprays you can do on walls. Next, let's check out the height of this figure. So this figure here, from bottom to top, is sitting just a hair above 6 inches. That's about 6.2 inches. Next, let's check out his articulation. So, of course, his head here. What I think is pretty cool about this guy, his hood doesn't seem to come off. At least I don't want to pull it off. Last time there was a hood. Ended up coming off really easy off the guy after I pulled off the first time. But his head moves separately from the hood. I think that's really cool. You can see here it goes up, down, some side to side. Let's get this mask out of the way. I really, really like that. I think that's really nice. It's a lot of range of motion. Of course, you can go side to side, go down a lot, and then back up in there. His shoulders here, they're on a ball joint and go up a little bit more 90 degrees. As you can see, go up, down, around, pretty much anything you want them to do. Bicep cut below there. Double joint elbows and go all the way inside like so. Of course, his wrist here can swivel and it is hinged as well. In addition to that, he's got finger articulation, allowing him to grip the different weapons. He's got sort of torso articulation here. It's not exactly an ab crunch, got a ball joint side of there, it can rotate from side to side, and it can go forward and back pretty nicely. He's got traditional waist swivel below that. His legs go out pretty much a full 90 degrees, not quite. There's a ball joint side of there. You can go forward about that far, back really not at all. He's got a thigh cut below that. Double joint knees below that, and go all the way back. Then his foot, it can sort of rotate, allowing it to sort of rock when his legs are spread apart. And of course, it can go up and down as well. And then there is toe articulation on top of that. Next, let's check this guy out compared with some other action figures. Let's look at Jazwares Series 2, Series 1, and next to the McFarlane figures. Here he is with the rest of the figures in Series 2. We've got DJ Yonder, Jonesy, Abstrakt, Leviathan, and Tomato Head. There's still Valkyrie yet to be released, as well as a deluxe Omega figure and a Walmart exclusive Crackshot. And there may or may not be another version of Abstrakt. This one's an Amazon.com exclusive. There might be a general variant release. We really don't know right now. And then here he is next to the lineup of Series 1. Can't wait to see what Series 3 has to offer. And then here he is next to my entire collection of Jazwares legendary figures. You may wonder why I have so many duplicates. Well, I got the 4 wild cards, so I'd have each of their faces on display at the same time. I use them as my Royal Flush Gang in my Batman DC world. I use the Skull Troopers as Scarecrow henchmen in my Batman world. And I use the Rabbit Raiders as Mad Hatter henchmen in my Batman world. We're starting to get quite a bit of these Jazwares guys, and there's more on the way. And then here he is next to the entire McFarlane Fortnite collection, one of each figure here. As you can see, they are a little bit taller than him. They're the 7-inch scale and he's 6-inch. But to me, I like to have fun and just throw them all into one big battle royale. The accessories are great for each other though. And then here he is next to my entire McFarlane and Jazwares Fortnite collection. Like I said before, got the Royal Flush Gang from the Wild Cards, Mad Hatter Thugs from Rabbit Raider, and Scarecrow Henchmen from Skull Trooper. Since I use them to enhance my DC figures, I usually find the McFarlane figures work pretty good with DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures, and the Jazwares works pretty good with Mattel Multiverse type figures. And then here he is in a huge battle royale with all of my Fortnite figures, getting all the kills, trying to get the win. As you can see here, there are guys shooting each other, driving, exploding, grappling, gliding, getting loot, trying to take down the Ice King with his Infinity Sword, healing each one, trying to see who can get more kills, more importantly, who can get the win. So all in all, I must say, I like this figure more than I expected. I thought I was just going to get him and be like, eh, but he's pretty cool. I like his face. I like he's just kind of like a regular looking dude. I like his outfit with the hoodie on top of his hat. I love the Tilted Towers logo on his hat. His head articulation is fantastic. I actually like the paint splotches on him. His accessories are pretty nice. I can sure find some uses for that gas mask in my action figure world. His paint roller, I can find some uses for that. His weapons are pretty good. I mean, overall, pretty nice figure. I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a 7 out of 10. Maybe even more, 7.5. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. So I got this figure from Amazon.com, and it is labeled as an Amazon.com exclusive. I don't know if that means there's going to be a non-exclusive version of this guy, or if simply you can only get him from Amazon.com. The main reason that I think that there will be another release is Target had him listed at their website. Of course, it wasn't ever in stock, but you wouldn't think they would be doing that if it was only available through Amazon. So we will see in the next coming weeks. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.